And we certainly welcome everyone here to our meeting this morning, our council meeting. As we all know, today is August the 15th. Half of the month is gone, so we're thankful for that. I am calling the meeting to order, and at this time, I'd like to call on Reverend Phenix, if he will lead us with the invocation. And after that, Councilman Day will lead us with the pledge. Stand and remain standing.
Mr. Mayor, Council, and staff, it's an honor to be with you. Let us pray. Lord, we pause this beautiful day as we have watched a bright and warm sun casting over the horizon and shining upon us. Lord, help us that we look to today with hope and with confidence in you, realizing you desire to work through us, to use us for the greater good and the greater service to others. Thank you for this privilege that yet we have today. Even though the morning might have been a little rough and start, perhaps at home or down the road, we will see the opportunities ahead today to be a special blessing to someone some way in our office, out in the public, as we engage the world around us. Lord, we lift up the entire work of Phenix City government. We thank you for this community of 100 years, and I look forward to what the good work will be for the next 100 years to come. Give us that sightline, and thank you for those who help us to look forward, to think about what we can be in your guidance and in your grace. And so, as we anticipate transition of leadership in different ways from time to time, we thank you for the new life that you bring to the staff, and we thank you for this teamwork that enables and empowers and grows up new leadership in a way that we are able to move forward day and week and year after year. Bless us now to be focused on the best that we can be and for service to your good people in this good place. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Reverend Page. Thank you, Mr. Day. With that, Council, we will proceed on with our agenda. We do not have any presentation of proclamation, so Council, at this time, I'd like to call upon the clerk. I'd like to ask this Council for a motion for the approval of the regular scheduled meeting minutes for July 31st work session, as well as August 1st council meeting. And the pleasure of the council to take them together as we were all there at that time. So may I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon.
Good.
Yeah, he a little closer to me. Millisecond before you go. We have a motion in the second. At this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lee?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sitting on council, under the city council, at this time, I'd like to ask the council if there any unfinished business that needs to be discussed. If not, we'll proceed on with the resolutions and under administration. We have a public notice setting public hearing dates for the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant, known as JAG, program for fiscal year 2023, local formula solicitation. At this time, council, I'd like to call upon the clerk. Ms. Lee?
Yes, sir. Public notice. Notice is hereby given that the Phenix City Police Department has made application to the Bureau of Justice for the Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant, JAG program, fiscal year 2023, local formula solicitation for the proposed purpose to purchase equipment for the Russell County Sheriff's Office. The City of Phenix City does solicit input from the public on the use of the funds. A public hearing on the matter will be conducted during the regularly scheduled council meeting set for 9 a.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, September the 6th, 2023, at the Phenix City Public Safety Building, located at 1111 Broad Street, Phenix City, Alabama 36867. Those wishing to comment on the matter may appear before council at the aforementioned time and place to be heard. Comments or questions may be submitted in writing to George Stottinger, Chief of Police, 1111 Broad Street, Phoenix City, Alabama, 36867, or by phone at 334-448-2817 between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Passed, approved, and adopted this 15th day of August, 2023.
Thank you. Mrs. Lee, council, we've heard the reading of the public notice. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Any comments or discussion?
Yes, sir, Mayor. I realize this is something that we do each year, and when you said the Phoenix City Police Department is doing this for the sheriff department, can we get the chief to elaborate for the citizen of Phoenix City how that works?
Chief Stottinger is out today, but I'll be happy to address that. This, as you said, is a grant that we apply for every year. This is the year that we share that grant with the Sheriff's Department. This year, we're going to do a little something different. We're going to also share it with the District Attorney's Office, but that'll mean that we'll have a three-way split for the match. So the city will be left responsible for a smaller portion of the match. So a third of the match comes from the Sheriff's Department, us, and the District Attorney's Office. We proposed this year, for the public's information, to purchase a great key forensic software and technical equipment that allow us to search and document data on cell phones. And for the Big Brother folks that are worried about Big Brother out there, this will only be used in the case of a search warrant or in the case of a consent on the cell phone. So if we see the cell phone, we'll use this software and technical equipment to be able to gather evidence on the cell phone for a criminal investigation.
But Chief, this is the first year we, excuse me, this is the first year we share them with the DA's office.
Yes, sir, it is, and it came about because DA Chancey recommended that this particular software, we've been using a different type of software, but he learned about this software through his trainings and conferences, and there's a lot of good information out there. This is going to be a better system for us, and so we'll house actually the actual equipment at the Sheriff's Office, but we'll share it between the three of us, because all three agencies require cell phone searches from time to time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief. Any other comments or discussion? Question? All right, it's time, council, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And next, council on administration is a resolution in reference authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to sign an agreement with state and local cyber security grant program, also known as SLCGP. It's time I'd like to call upon the clerk, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Excuse me. Whereas the city of Phoenix City is concerned for and committed to managing and reducing a systematic cyber risk. And whereas the city of Phoenix City has been contacted by the Alabama League of Municipalities about the availability of a grant opportunity through the state and local cybersecurity grant program, SLCGP. And whereas to be eligible to participate in the SLCGP, the city must complete a survey which includes uploading an interest survey form and consent agreement form. And whereas the consent agreement form is intended to be authorization from the city to receive funding pursuant to the SLCGP, the agreement does not bind the city to any future obligations, but merely acts as evidence of council authorization. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama hereby authorizes the following of said survey, which includes uploading an interest survey form and consent agreement form, and further directs and authorizes the mayor and city manager to sign said agreements and to provide such additional information as the SLCGP may be required. Passed, approved, and adopted this 15th day of August, 2023.
Thank you, Ms. Lee.
Yes, sir.
Council, you all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
We have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilwoman Carter. Any comments, questions, or discussion? Council? Okay, none. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council, on the building department. There's a public hearing and approval of two resolutions in reference to the fixing of costs incurred by the city of Phoenix City for the removal of substandard structures and the the establishment of special assessment on properties located at 708 Williams Avenue and 1205 Second Street South. And at this time, council, I would like to declare this as a public hearing. And if there's anyone that would love to come and address the council in reference to these fixing of costs and removal of these substandard properties, now's the time to do so. Okay. Since no one has stepped forward, I am declaring this public hearing closed. And at this time, council, I would ask that the clerk read one master resolution. And would like to call on Ms. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, was requested by the building official of the city to authorize the demolition and removal of substandard structures at the following locations in Phenix City: 708 Williams Avenue, 1205 Second Street South. And whereas the City Council on the 18th day of April 2023, by resolution number 2023-68 and by resolution number 2023-69, approved the apparent low bid to demolish and or remove said substandard structures located on each property listed above. And whereas the city has given notice by certified and registered mail to the person or persons last assessed for ad valorem taxes for each property, and a notice has been published in the Citizen of East Alabama, a local newspaper of general circulation, at least 15 days before this final hearing for the fixing of costs for each property. And whereas after giving all interested parties an opportunity at this public hearing to address council on this, the 15th day of August, on the issue of the fixing of cost in these cases, the City Council believes the fixing of costs have been determined and that they should be assessed against the substandard structures as named above and recorded in the probate office to protect the interest of the city. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City as follows. 1. That the final cost in removal of the substandard structures at the following locations are as follows: 708 Williams Avenue, $9,250. 1205 Second Street South, $4,450. 2. That the city clerk file a certified copy of each resolution with the probate judge of Russell County, Alabama, to establish a special assessment that will constitute a lien of Phenix City, Alabama, upon each property that will be collected through the Revenue Commissioner's Office for Russell County, Alabama. 3. That the legal description for each property is listed on each individual resolution for that particular property as taken from the records of the Revenue Commissioner's Office of Russell County, P.O. Box 669, Phenix City, Alabama. 4. That the property owners listed below for each property are as shown on the tax records of Russell County, Alabama. 708 Williams Avenue, People's ADE Property Solutions, LLC, 60 Postal Parkway Suite, 73889, Noonan, Georgia, 30271, 1205 Second Street South, Joseph Hicks, 2018 tax sale, 28 Blueberry Road, Steele, Alabama, 36875. Passed, approved, and adopted this 15th day of August, 2023.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lee. Council, we've heard the reading of the master resolution. This time I'd like to ask council for a motion. Motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilman Day, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Ward. Comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And proceeding on the engineering department, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to accept a proposal and sign an agreement with Neil Schaefer Incorporation to provide construction, engineering, and inspection services for the replacement of the bridge crossing at Collegiate Street along Seal Road, project number STPPC-5717-252-1000-67447. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas the City of Phenix City has received federal funds through the Columbus-Phenix City Metropolitan Planning Organization, MPO, for the replacement of the bridge crossing Cocoliche Creek along Seal Road, project number STPPC 5717-252-1000-67447. And whereas construction, engineering, and inspection services will be required during the construction and of the aforementioned project. And whereas Neil Schiffer Incorporated has provided a proposal in the amount of $236,503 for this scope of services. The Alabama Department of Transportation, ALDOT, concurs with the scope and fees associated with the proposal. And whereas the city of Phoenix City will receive 80%, $189,202.40 federal funding, and pledges 20%, $47,300.60. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby accept this proposal from Bill Schiffer Incorporated to provide construction, engineering, and inspection services for the above referenced project. Passed, approved, and adopted this 15th day of August, 2023.
Okay. Council referred to resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right. Motion, Councilwoman Carter, second, Councilman Day. Comments, questions, or discussion?
Yes, Mayor, as I listen to what is being read to us, again, remind me, do you have an starting date, or, I know I asked the question pretty frequently here, but as a citizen of there.
Yes, sir, we don't have a firm starting date yet. We're thinking possibly the last week of August, first week of September. So, but the contractor, we've had the pre-construction meeting. They got all their bonds up. They'll start putting signs up probably within the next week, just to get everybody used to seeing the signs and stuff like that. They will have bags over them, but, trying to get everybody used to, okay, this project is about to happen, because the bridge will be totally demolished and closed, so there will be a detour that we hope everybody will learn quickly and understand that there will be delays, so, we're trying to get that information out quickly. So, and this is the CD&I part. We always talk about, we have a preliminary engineering section of a project, and then we have construction, but this is the construction, engineering, and inspection. So this is sort of like the construction and CD&I are the last phases of the project, and then we'll be closed out.
Thank you for that. We just like to keep our citizens informed because it's going to be inconvenient. We know that, as you said, they have started in time to get to places, that destination. It's going to be a long journey too for the folks that are right.
Yes, sir, but it's gonna be a nice bridge once it's all reconstructed.
We walk while waiting on.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. Any other comments, or questions, or discussion? If not, at this time, council, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And council proceeding on from the engineering department is a resolution in reference to rescinding resolution number 2023-140 in reference to installing streetlights on 14th Place. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that resolution number 2023-140, adopted and approved July 18th, 2023, in reference to installing streetlights on 14th Place, is hereby rescinded. Passed, approved, and adopted this 15th day of August, 2023.
Okay, thank you again so much for the reading of the resolution, which council we have all heard. With that, at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, motion, Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Comments or discussion?
Mayor, as I look at this, the reason we were rescinding this is because there were two lights in this resolution. Now it's supposed to be one, is that right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other comments or discussion? All right. At this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And proceeding on, council, on the engineering department. There's also a resolution in reference to authorizing Alabama Power to install one 53-watt LED street light, 5,200 to 7,200 lumens, type 2 grade on 14th Place. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that the city will authorize Alabama Power to install the following street lights and pay monthly electric service to Alabama Power Company for the street lights as follows. Install one 53-watt LED street light, 5,200 to 7,200 lumens, type 2 grade on 14th Place. Passed, approved, and adopted this 15th day of August, 2023.
Okay, thank you again, Ms. Lee, for the reading of the resolution. Council referred to resolution. At this time, may I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Bailey. May I have a second?
Second.
It's acting Councilwoman Parker. Comments, questions, or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And proceeding on, council, under the Utilities Department. We do have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to sign change order number 12, 13, 14, and 15 with P.F. Moon and Company Incorporation for wastewater treatment plant upgrade and expansion. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas Resolution 2022-120 awarded the contract for the wastewater treatment plant, WWTP, upgrade and expansion project to P.F. Moon and Company Incorporated for a contract price of $11,283,564.57. And whereas Resolutions 2023-64, 104, and 122 approve change orders 1 through 4, 5 through 9, and 10 through 11 respectively, which increase the contract price by $180,695.08, thus increasing the project cost to $11,464,256.65. And whereas P.F. Moon and Company Incorporated has submitted change orders 12, 13, 14, and 15, which the Utilities Department wishes to include in the project. And whereas said change orders would result in a contract price adjustment of an additional $28,965, thus increasing the total project cost to $11,493,224.65, and are more specifically described as follows. Change order number 12, installation of a receptacle at the recirculation pump station, additional cost is $687. Change order number 13, installation of a single 8-inch gate valve supplied by the city downstream of the new inline grinder manhole, additional $1,408. Change order number 14, installation of 4 45-degree bends to realign the 4-inch water line that was encountered during the installation of the 42-inch MLSS pipe, an additional $3,519. Change order number 15, installation of overflow piping at the trickling filters number 1 and number 2 splitter box, additional $23,351 for a total addition of $28,965. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby direct and authorize the mayor and city manager to sign change order numbers 12, 13, 14, and 15 for the wastewater treatment plant upgrade and expansion project as approved and adopted this 15th day of August 2023.
Thank you, Mrs. Lee.
Yes.
Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, may I have a motion, please?
Motion approved.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Any comments, questions?
Yes, Mayor, we heard what the change order were for, but we realized that some things kind of an unseen eye that we got in there and made sense to go ahead and get them repaired where it's in there. Can we get Mr. Woody to elaborate for the citizen of Phenix City, please?
Mr. Whitman.
Good morning, Mayor and Council.
Good morning.
Councilman Day, yes, as all y'all are aware, during any type of project upgrade, especially at the plants with infrastructure is unforeseen in the ground, you come about things as you start unearthing some of this infrastructure. You see where this pipe wasn't exactly where it showed on the plans. And so you gotta reroute some of your pipe work, which in this case, in one of the change orders that you saw here, under change order number 14, that's what happened here with that change order, is they unearthed some of this to try to do this upgrade that was approved. They come to find out that we couldn't lay this line, this 42-inch tie in here without rerouting these 45-degree ends and turns here with this other pipe that's in place. And also with that change order 15, you see that was the largest change order request that we made. What we're doing here is the trickle filter number 1 and 2 trickle filters. It's going to be similar to what your trickle filters number 3 and 4 overflow pipe is. That's what we're having over there on that side, because that was never done before. So we're going to have it included as well. Just to give you a little update on the project itself. The wastewater treatment plant is at 71% complete now with the upgrade. At the last construction meeting we had in July, they told us we were at 71%. This week, we're looking at possibly tying in the new aeration basin, which has 6 cells there in that basin. They're looking at starting that up this week. And as y'all are also aware of, with materials and supplies, it's taking a lot longer to get materials and supplies in, not only for us as a city, but even through contractors. Because with our contractors, this project would originally been finished by the end of this year. Now it's not going to look like it's not going to be finished till at least February, March of 2024. Because one particular part of the project we're going to need to get done, they're not able to get the pump stopped until November, December, which it keeps getting pushed back on. So there again, we're at the mercy of getting our materials supplies in a timely manner to get everything completed.
But there's no time on that, or is it, or is there a time on it? And let me ask you this, ADM involved in this too when we upgrading our plant?
Yes, sir, ADM's all aware of what's going on, because as you're aware, y'all signed off on, or SRF loan, approved us to sign off on our SRF loan with ADM. So ADM's aware of everything that's going on, even with the delays, because we gotta give them a progress report, monthly and quarterly.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. Any other comments or discussion, questions? If not, I'd like to call on the clerk for the vote. Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Lee. Proceeding on the Utilities Department is a resolution in reference to authorizing the mayor and city manager to sign an indemnification agreement with Ash Evermore Homes of Georgia LLC and a hold harmless agreement with any future owner of said 10 Red Maple Street. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Whereas Ash Evermore Homes of Georgia LLC wishes to leave a driveway in place at 10 Red Maple Street, Lot 23, Misty Forest, Phase 4A, which does not have 5 feet of horizontal clearance from the sanitary sewer service instead of reconstructing said driveway or relocating said service. And whereas the driveway may be damaged when maintenance is needed on the sanitary sewer service, and whereas the city of Phenix City, Alabama has needed to have an indemnification agreement from Ash Evermore Homes of Georgia LLC and a hold harmless agreement with any future owner of said 10 Red Maple Street. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama authorizes the mayor and city manager to sign the necessary documents for the indemnification and hold harmless agreements passed, approved, and adopted this 15th day of August 2023.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. Council, we heard the reading of the resolution, but at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion that could table this. And the reason why we are tabling this is because, again, we are going to request an indemnification, but we also want to make sure that it's on the deed, recorded deed at the courthouse for the sake of basically not coming back on the city, but also for protecting whomever may buy that property in the event of that time. So with that being explained, council, I would like to ask for a motion that we table this until we give our attorney a chance to make sure the deed is recorded in that way.
Motion to table.
All right, I have a motion from Councilman Gordon, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Okay. We have the motion and the second. May I have that, Ms. Lee?
Yes, sir.
Let's make a call for the vote, please.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes. Thank you. Proceeding on, council, on the ordinance. This is a second reading. It's an ordinance to amend the code of ordinance of the city of Phenix City, Alabama, section 1.094 of the merit system rules and regulations of the city of Phenix City, Alabama. The first reading, as we know, was held on the 1st of this month, August the 1st. We will not ask the clerk to reread it. So with that being said, council, I'd like to call for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon. Is that a second, Councilman Day?
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. Okay? Stand, I'd like to call for the vote, Mr. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Council proceeding on the board appointments. We have 2 openings on the Personnel Review Board. At this time, council, I'd like to ask for a motion to reappoint Ms. Barbara Mitchell as well as Mr. Jim Pope, who has been contacted by our clerk and they have both agreed to serve on the Personnel Review Board. So again, I'd like to ask for a motion, we'll take them all as one, for the reappointment of Barbara Mitchell as well as Mr. Jim Pope on the Personnel Review Board. May I have a motion to
Motion to approve.
All right, motion to reappoint and approve, yeah, from Mr. Day. Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilwoman Carter. Okay, with that being said, I'd like to call for the vote, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Proceeding on, council, on the license application. This is the second reading. It's an application for a bail bonding company license submitted by Kimberly Bell for 5 Star Bail Bonds, LLC, located at 2214 Gateway Drive, Suite A, Opelika, Alabama, 36801. The first reading was held on August the 1st. I will not ask the clerk to reread it. So with that being said, I would like to ask this council for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, motion from Councilman Gordon, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Okay, it's time, and call for the vote, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Proceeding on, council, on the license application. This is a first reading. It is an application for an on-premise beer license, an on-premise wine license, and an on-premise whiskey wine license submitted by Fat Mama Lucy's LLC, doing business as Fat Mama Lucy, located at 3909 Highway 80, Suite A and B, Phenix City, Alabama. Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. The first letter is from Chief of Police George Stollinger. This letter is in reference to the application submitted by Charmaine Simpson for Fat Mama Lucy's LLC, doing business as Fat Mama Lucy's, located at 3909 Highway 80, Suite A and B, Phoenix City, Alabama, 36870. This applicant has applied for an on-premise beer, on-premise wine, and on-premise whiskey wine licenses. I have no objection to the issuance of these licenses to the applicant based upon a criminal background investigation. The next letter is from Fire Chief Chris Kennedy. This letter is in reference to the application submitted by Charmaine Simpson for Fat Mama Lucy's LLC, doing business as Fat Mama Lucy's, located at 3909 Highway 80, Suite A and B, Phoenix City, Alabama, 36870. This applicant has applied for an on-premise beer, on-premise wine, and on-premise whiskey wine licenses. The address is not located within Phoenix City Fire Rescue's jurisdiction. The last letter is from Ray Rogers, Chief Building Official. This letter is in reference to the application submitted by Charmaine Simpson of Fat Mama Lucy's LLC, doing business as Fat Mama Lucy's, located at 3909 Highway 80 West, Suite A and B, for an on-premise beer, on-premise wine, and whiskey wine licenses. This facility was inspected on August the 3rd, 2023, and meets the minimum building and fire code requirements. This office has no objections to the approval of these licenses.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Lee. Council, we have all heard the first reading. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to place on first reading.
Motion to place on first reading.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilwoman Carter. Comments, questions, or discussion? All right, if not, call for the vote, Mrs. Lee.
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now, council, at this time, I'd like to call upon our attorney, Mr. Jimmy Graham.
Morning, Mayor and Council. We have 3 claims on the agenda today. The
first one is Victoria Wilkinson. If y'all remember, we had that table the last time. We haven't been able to get some, we thought, everybody thought the three estimates she gave were extremely high, and we're trying to get an estimate from another person, and we haven't been able to get him out there. So we're gonna ask that you please table it one more time, where we can, come back with a recommendation, at the first meeting in September.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. Council, you've heard our attorney's recommendations. May I ask for a motion to approve his recommendations and to table this?
Motion to approve.
All right, motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Okay, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
The next two claims are filed by the same person, Cassandra Irving, filed a claim for an incident that occurred in May of this year. And then the second claim was, happened in July this year. She thought she hit a pothole, and I guess technically it is, but CTV had made a cut out there and didn't properly patch it. City had no knowledge of the pothole. This lady hit it twice. My recommendation is to deny the claim, and I'll refer her to CTV.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. Council, we've heard the recommendation from our attorney. Ask that we have a motion for the approval of that recommendation. May I have a motion to approve? All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second? Second. Second, Councilman Bailey. Okay, we have a motion and we have a second. This time, Mrs. Lee?
Yes, sir. Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Carter?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mayor Council, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. Thank you all, department head and everyone. We appreciate what we're doing, and we ask that we all, as servants of this community, and that includes the entire community, not just the leaders that you are going for, but we all make sure that we want to keep our city first, and we do those things that help make this team. So with that said, anyone from the council, any words before I ask this city manager?
I have one, Mayor. Just looking at the news, we see a lot that is happening around the world, really. And but I know there's still some good, and I'm always believe that there's still some good in our community, in our world. On Sunday, I believe it was, my car had stalled, it wouldn't crank, and I called for some help. And so my sister came, and then there was a Phenix City officer, if I remember correctly, Kay Battle came and helped me get the car started. And that just shows once again that we have public servants that is here to protect and serve. So I just want to thank Officer Battle personally for coming to my aid, and I'm sure he, will continue to do that for our community. We've got a great community we love, and we all share this responsibility. So thank you, Officer Battle, for coming to my aid when I needed help. And also, I forgot to congratulate and just, thank Dr. Janet Sherrod, for accepting the position of the Phenix City School Superintendent. And I know that's been a long time coming for our school system, so I just want to say congratulations again, and we look forward to children, getting back in school safely and learning and being the pupils that they need to be. So congratulations to Dr. Janet Sherrod.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, Mayor. I concur with Councilman Carter said, I had the opportunity to meet her as well and spoke to her one-on-one. And I told her this, I like her attitude, her enthusiasm about Phenix City and Phenix City school system. And we talked for a short while. One other thing I'd like to elaborate on, Mayor, this, I had the opportunity to enjoy the 100-year celebration here in Phenix City, Alabama. I might not be around the next 100 years, but I enjoyed that one. And I want to thank the citizens for coming out and supporting that 100-year celebration. And everything went in place, everything was nice, and my hat's off to Todd and his staff. I saw pictures on the table that I didn't even know existed. Read some of them, I said, man, this is history right here. So I want to say to you, Todd, and your staff, I enjoyed it.
Not anything else at this time, Mr. Hunt, anything you want to add or take away?
They took care of it for me. I echo the same thing. The celebration was wonderful. You know, all the departments and everybody that participated in that helped Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
I want to thank all of you all too. But it was a real nice celebration.
It was.
You know, it held off enough. You know, the rain and heat was there. It was pretty intense.
Yeah.
It's real intense, but everything went real good. Tell Brad and the whole gang to go along with that. They did a good job. Like I say, all the departments, they pretty much worked well together, so that was real nice.
I want to say this, my son, the food was great.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. It was great. That particular owner of that establishment wants to set us shop up in the city also.
Good.
Yeah, he approached us when we was down there. We talked to Sean and them about it also. So he's been trying to get here, but it was excellent. I had a lot of comments on that. All the people that was there was even with the musicians and the music and all. So it was real good. Thank you. Thank you, man.
Just to reiterate, this is our generation. We as I stated, none of us are able to pick the generation in which we were born, but we certainly pick the generation in which we live in. We want our generation to live in a generation that shows love and caring. And the other thing is that as the leader of this community, and as every worker and as well as every citizen, we must set the pace and the tone. It's our responsibility, our judiciary responsibility to prepare for the next 100 years. Chances are we won't be here. We can't say that for sure, but that's not our call, but we have the responsibility to set the tone for the next 100 years. Okay? We're not going to ask for the adjournment at this time. I would like to ask this council for a 5-minute executive session for economic development. And at that time, we will adjourn Mrs. Lee. But at this time, council, I would like to ask the council for a motion to go into executive session for 5 minutes for economic development. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion, Mr. Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Okay. At this time, all in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. 5 minutes. Okay. So thank you also